Welcome to Road Trip Week. We're going to go back in time to 2022.
We went to Tennessee, Georgia, and I think there's a little North Carolina in there.
There's all sorts of fun stuff, including a lot of Funko things that happened in 2022, to include a Fluffy release. Remember when he signed like 18,000 Funko Pops?
Yes, that was hilarious.
That's part of this series. So enjoy the next 8 full days. All right, we're getting ready for our day out touring, right?
We are. I'm very excited.
Yeah, we're going to tour Atlanta a little bit.
Yeah, we're going to see some Marvel stuff and some Walking Dead stuff and maybe some Stranger Things stuff.
Okay, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
Heather ran over to, what is it,
Sonoy Coffee.
Sonoy Coffee and got us some breakfast this morning. So we're not out eating, we're actually eating here. Like, I think this might be the first time on the trip that we've ate, like, in, right? Because every other time...
we had barbecue, remember, in the hotel?
Oh, yeah, that's right. But breakfast, I mean.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So now we're going to eat and then get off to our travels and more fun, right?
I'm so excited.
All right, now we're actually headed out. We ate our breakfast and now it's time to go.
It's time to go.
My name's Steven, and I did do a little work on The Walking Dead. I was one of Negan's saviors in season 7. So I worked media so long, I kind of bugged them so much that they finally let me get in there.
Amazing.
I told them I didn't care if it was my toe or my shoulder or the back of my head. I just wanted to be on set. You know, I wanted to be part of the filming process, not just there doing media. So on Atlanta on FX, I got a little featured role on it too. But the only thing is I had to wear a big rubber baby mask the whole time. So I was all excited because they're like, look, you're gonna have scenes with Donald Glover, just you and him. And I was like, yo, yes, I'm in. And I got there and they stuck that big baby mask on me. The only way you can tell it's me is the beard hanging out of the bottom. Late 80s, early 90s, when things really started picking up in Georgia film-wise, not nearly as popular as it is now. They used to use this street, it's kind of like, it was known as the Atlanta backlot back then. So they used it for a lot of different productions. For example, Driving Miss Daisy. The factory where you first see Morgan Freeman's character, he fixes the elevator. It's the building right up on the left there, you can't really see it. I didn't think y'all would be too interested in the Driving Miss Daisy stuff, so I just gonna touch on what filmed here. They have all different kind of jobs for people on set. One of the jobs is, instead of going through and adding the leaves digitally, they have a person that comes out with limbs that already have fake leaves on them, and they zip tie them to the branches. For example, when you see the dead bodies on certain shows or certain movies, or especially like The Walking Dead, they have a fly wrangler. It's a lady that comes out, she keeps like this big thing, it's like a cooler, and it's got cylinders in it that have flies inside of it, and it's climate controlled to where it's cold. When she breaks out one of those cylinders with flies, when it's cold, the flies are like docile. They just fly around in little circles. So she'll let some flies go around a dead body, they'll warm up and fly off, and that's where the other cylinders, the canisters, come in play.
Wow.
She'll take those out and do the process all over again. So does this building look familiar to you from anything?
Oh, yeah.
This is the Norfolk Southern building. And they've actually, since then, they've renovated it into they're like high-priced apartments and lofts, and they're gonna be putting stores down in the bottom. So that's when Rick's first riding into town. Now, we all got discouraged because they tore that bridge down about 4 years later. As you can see, they're building it back, and it's gonna look exactly like it, and it's gonna be a pedestrian bridge. Captain America Civil War, which was the first Marvel production to film here in Atlanta. They turned the area on the other side of that bridge there into Lagos, Nigeria.
Oh, yeah.
So that was where the Civil War all kicked off. If you remember, there was a conflict there. Scarlet Witch she threw crossbones up into the sky and blew him up into
Yeah.
the side of a building.
Yeah.
That building was the federal building, this white building. So as you can see, it's fine. Now, another thing in The Walking Dead. So when we first see Merle's character, he's on top of this building in sniper position. But kind of a funny story, when they were filming the scene for Merle's introduction, filming had really picked up in Atlanta, but not like it is now. So not everybody was used to filming around here. So they always send out notifications to like all the residents in the area to let them know, hey, we're gonna be filming in about a month in this area, so don't be alarmed if you see something crazy. Some people don't check their emails, they don't answer their phone, they don't check their voicemail. There was a lady that lived in one of the lofts up here, and she come out to have her coffee, and all she could see was a guy up in sniper position, which was Merle. The production trucks were kind of hidden down here in the parking lot. She saw him, she called 911 immediately. Cops didn't really know about it. They all came out. They went up, you know, found out that it was The Walking Dead filming, and they all got to meet the cast and crew and all that stuff. So that was Atlanta PD's first introduction to the cast and crew of The Walking Dead. So this area right here was when everybody had kind of gotten to Terminus and they were rounding them up into the red train car. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They were gathering everybody up. They called them little code names like the Samurai, the Cowboy. They had the train car parked right here. They had, I call them termites, the Terminus people.
Yeah.
They had the termites, you know, up on the roofs and stuff in sniper position. What's kind of funny is the interior shots that you saw of Rick and all the gang when they were like sharpening their weapons, and Rick gives that line, they don't know who they're messing with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That are inside of the actual car.
In the train car.
So when they shot those, they brought that train car out to Sonoy, parked it on those train tracks that go through town, and shot the interior shots there. They sign a 5-year contract with the city of Sonoy. Every 5 years, that gives them exclusive rights to film there. So they didn't have to pay them for all those shots of the interior. They didn't have to pay this property. They could go to Sonoy and film on the interior, and you know, it would already be included in that 5-year contract, so it's kind of like, might as well take advantage of it. So yeah, as we make our way up here, and I do have a picture for this one, this is gonna be your key shot of Terminus. Oh man, they got production trucks down there.
Oh yeah.
Holy crap.
They put those letters up. They just hung them underneath those white panels you see there covering up the windows. But one of the dead giveaways about this area is that structure. You can see it right out there, that yellow structure. They've tried to get rid of that structure. You can't get rid of it. It's like so deep into the ground. So anytime you see anything filmed here, you're gonna notice that
Big yellow structure.
Right. This is Mitchell Street, and they use this street a lot for scenes that they might need of like New York, Manhattan, Brooklyn. You can see the buildings here. They kind of resemble the buildings you would see in those areas. A couple productions that have filmed down through here. Spider-Man Homecoming. It's a diner where Aunt May and Peter were eating.
yeah.
And it's right up, it is 235 right there. Ant-Man and the Wasp. The great man himself, Stan Lee's cameo, where his car gets shrunk. Remember that?
Oh yeah.
So you can see that's right down the street here. So this was the street where they filmed the episode Guts on The Walking Dead, where Rick and Glenn smear themselves in the walker guts. They'll pay a business to shut down for the day, and they send out, once again, kind of like I was saying earlier, how they send out notifications to the residents. They'll send out notifications from the businesses to the customers to let them know, hey, if you had an appointment today, it's gonna be, you know, rescheduled. Well, once again, somebody didn't check their emails or their text messages or, you know, their voicemail, and somebody made their way down here going to their hair appointment. There was a barricade at the end of the road. They were on their phone, walked right past the barricade. Nobody, I guess the security and the police thought that they knew what they were doing because they were walking just looking at their phone towards set. They made their way to Oh My Nappy Hair here, reached for the door, it was locked, so they looked up, looked around. There was a big group of walkers that were standing there waiting to start filming.
Oh my God.
and they were all bored. They were just sitting there smoking cigarettes and bored. So they all lunged at her a little bit and like moaned, you know what I mean?
Yeah, being zombies.
She took off running through that barricade. A cop had to chase her down and let her know, sorry ma'am, we should have stopped you. They're filming for an apocalyptic show called The Walking Dead. You've got the Forsyth sign here. And then also right here behind Glenn, you've got the Atlanta Cleaners sign. There's the Atlanta Cleaners sign and the Forsyth Street sign. All right, so we're gonna be heading down Broad Street. This has been really popular for filming lately. It's a unique street.
Oh
It
yeah.
is very, wow.
Whenever they go to find Hawkeye, and he's Ronin,
Oh yeah.
remember?
Yeah.
In Japan. They did this whole street, and it's hard to find anything to really compare it to here. They did this whole street up like it was Japan.
Oh, that's so cool.
Everything, I walked through here when they did it, and you would think you were in Japan. Like, it was so crazy. Right above Miller's Drugs here. That would have been Kate Bishop's apartment.
Oh, no kidding.
Here's a scene. See the window
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Now, they changed out the name, of course, down here. This Run Devil Run, Miller's Exile Drugs, is on the cover of a Rolling Stones album. Now, I don't remember exactly which album it is. I'll have to go back and look it up, or you can. You can definitely find it.
I'll add it into the video.
But they used that as the cover. So it's the Time-Varian Authority headquarters, pretty much.
Wow.
You had these three statues right here. So you can kind of line that up with that first set of windows that go up the elevator there.
Wow.
And you did see it all the way up in the show. Now, however, in the show it looked a lot different because they had certain scenes where it looked like they would go up and it would be a library. You remember those scenes?
Yep.
So they filmed those down here, but they would use the element of these escalators or staircases, or there's staircases in the back there, to make it seem like they were going higher than they actually were in real life. Now, you also saw this in Spider-Man Homecoming, however, it never made the final cut. They actually just filmed it for, you ever heard of Dragon Con?
Yes.
Dragon Con's the biggest convention we have here in Atlanta. They aired the trailer for that during Dragon Con. So they shot a scene specifically for the trailer in this hotel because this is one of the host hotels for that convention. That convention takes place between like 5 hotels right here in this area. So they wanted a scene that when people were watching it, because they had a showing of it at Dragon Con, which was attended by so many people. So they wanted to have a scene to where you're watching it at a hotel, or you know what I mean? Like it was in one of the rooms over here. You're watching it there, and you see a scene of this that you see above us. So there was a shot where the Vulture came down and smashed into like a lab type area.
Oh, cool.
They shot that for the trailer. You do see him smash into the lab type area on the movie. You don't see the shot from above. America Civil War when we started our tour. I was showing you the area over at the Gulch that was Lagos, Nigeria. And I told you we would be coming to another spot to where that battle continued, but it looked like they just went right down the street and they were in this spot. There was a battle that took place here. They had a structure right over the top of us, a fake structure that looked kind of like just a stone archway. There was a truck that came down through here, flipped over and knocked over that structure.
Oh, yeah.
Right down this road. Remember that?
I do.
And then there was a battle that ensued in that area in between these two buildings.
Oh,
between
yeah.
Crossbones,
Oh, I remember
Captain
that.
America.
Yeah.
I do have a little
Yep.
kind of behind the scenes and a shot from the movie there. They went and put palm trees up. They'll sandbag them to the ground. You can see that over there, to line up that shot, like the kind of space that goes over that walkway.
Right.
The really cool stunt though was there was an explosion and Captain America dove out of a window. Do you remember
Yep,
that? And
I
he
do.
landed on
Yep.
his shield.
Yep.
That window is the one up in the corner right there with the balcony. And they really did do the stunt. Of course, he had wires and stuff like that. I don't think it was Chris Evans that actually did the shot where he jumped out. But no CGI involved. They had him hooked up to wires. He busted out of the window and landed on top of some kind of vehicle with the shield. So
Awesome.
this is Jackson Street Bridge. This is the #1 selfie spot in Atlanta. It's another iconic Walking Dead location from season 1. And that's when Rick is riding the horse into the city. Oh yeah. Now, you're gonna see some differences. The road looks a lot different than in this shot. They filmed Rick on his horse out there at the Gulch in that parking lot with green screens around him, riding on the horse. Well, they came through, they CGI'd the interstate over this highway. They also CGI'd the trains, the cars, and all the debris and stuff you see. And then they stuck Rick in there on his horse. This is where they shot the beginning and the ending scenes for Black Panther. I like to think they filmed here for the reason I'm about to tell you. You had, Black Panther, the superhero. You also had the real life hero, Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr., this is the area he grew up in and where he preached.
Oh, wow.
The building here to the left is the new Ebenezer Baptist Church. Now, the one where Martin Luther King preached, though, is the brick building right here. The brick building in front of us, that's the old Ebenezer Baptist Church. They no longer hold services there. If you remember Isaiah Bradley,
Yes.
the original, pretty much the original Captain America,
Yes.
Black Captain America. Whenever they went to visit him at his home, they filmed here
Oh, wow.
for that reason, for the historical significance.
Wow.
Now they didn't use the house, they didn't use Martin Luther King's actual house
Okay.
for his house. I'll show you the one they used. But if you look off to the right here, that'll be the house that Martin Luther King.
Wow.
And then Isaiah Bradley in Falcon and the Winter Soldier would have been this house here to the right.
Oh, wow.
So once again, they did that on purpose. I like to think they did it with Black Panther on purpose and with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. This is the scene where they're looking up at the apartment complex, and it's supposed to be Oakland, California. Once again, this is where the movie starts and ends. I pointed out the fact that this building back here is gray. That's actually the old Ebenezer Baptist Church that I showed you earlier, the red brick building.
Oh, wow.
They made it gray, they CGI'd it gray because it's such an historical landmark. They didn't want people watching it to be like, hey, that's not Oakland, because the old Ebenezer Baptist Church is right behind them right there.
Right.
So they made it a few alterations. They did some alterations to the rooftop, and they made it to where it's a whole different color just by CGI.
Wow.
So Black Panther landed his ship. Remember he had that ship, landed it right about here. You had the basketball court set up right along this chain link fence. And then a shot up the building there would have been one of the shots you got from the movie itself.
Wow, that's awesome.
So when I pull forward, as you'll notice, you'll see.
Oh, yep, there it is.
So see how the roof is even different, and the windows here look a lot alike. You can't tell they're the stained glass, but see how it's got the I'm gonna say little archways, the 2 archways there.
Yeah.
They took those out.
Oh yeah, they did remove them. Yeah.
And then they made it look where it was just gray. That way you wouldn't be like, hey, that's
wild. Who would ever know that? I would have never known that.
I'm Steven from Water Tower Tours. We're based out of Sonoy, Georgia. We specialize in Walking Dead golf cart tours. However, we do private tours of Atlanta, downtown Atlanta, the Sonoy area, and we will customize them to your needs. For example, today we did a Marvel and Walking Dead tour. We do Stranger Things tours, all different kind of things. You can find us on Facebook at Water Tower Tours or watertowertours.com. So definitely check us out. My wife and I also have a YouTube channel. It's called Clip It Up with the Sweets. So be sure and go give us a subscribe. We do podcasts, film and location videos, vlogs, travel stuff, pretty much everything. I like to throw in a little something extra for the private tours. And I've got a bag of these because we actually, I shouldn't say this, but we pay some of the local teenagers around the Sonoy area to go to places where they film scenes for The Walking Dead and metal detect and get stuff like bullets, stuff like that. They've even found smoke grenades and all kind of stuff.
That's awesome.
And the studio doesn't really mind it because in a way, you're picking up for them.
Right.
You're picking stuff up for them.
Right.
So I brought you guys these bullets. I don't have anything that certifies them, but you gotta take my word for it.
Yep.
These were bullets that were used in the scene where Eugene had rigged the bullets for the Saviors. They kind of blew up in the guns in their hands. So these were bullets from those scenes, and I'd like to, give it to y'all as a gift.
Thank you so much. That's awesome. Best touring company in Georgia.
I appreciate
These guys
it.
right here.
Good deal.
All right, so we're at the Avengers headquarters right now.
We are.
This is crazy. I mean, it looks just like the building out of the movie.
The Milm?
The Milm. Out of the Milm.
I'm the manager here at the Woodbury shop, also known as the official Walking Dead store. And most people don't know that we are the only official Walking Dead store because we are owned partially by Robert Kirkman, creator of the Walking Dead comics. As you see here, I have got my black plaque, which shows that these are the official hospital doors from episode 1. These are the doors that Rick sees when he's waking up from his coma. So these are the real doors. This is a replica of Negan's famous Lucille that we let everyone take pictures with, which a lot of people don't know. They just think that it's there for show. But next time you come in, please touch this, hold it, be intimidating, you know, get in there. From when, you know, the season started and everyone was sick, this was the first cell that they brought in for us. There used to be a small cot here on the inside that you could go in and take pictures. Now you can walk on through and you have a whole other side of the store. You've got another cell here. This is both used from season 3 and 4. This is just a main cell living block that they had both, you know, everybody from Rick's team was living kind of in that area. Inside is the bed set from the episode from season 4. This is after they were out of the prison and Carl and Rick were on their own. This bed set comes from the room where the zombie tried to get him, but it only got his shoe. And if you want, I never do this, I'll let you take a good little peek on the inside. First person that's probably been in there since we tried to clean it.
Awesome, there you go.
Oh, you're
Thank
welcome. Also, if you guys notice, I have signatures all over my walls. It's not because I got bored. This is all signatures from all real cast members, crew that have come in over the years that have signed our walls. As you're seeing, you know, there's Rosita and Sasha. Melissa McBride is actually right over here. She's the only one that got into this little area. I'm surprised nobody else has kind of filled her space, probably because she's too awesome and nobody wants to taint it. The only couple people that I'm not sure that we have are actually Andrew Lincoln and John Bernthal. Both of those I have no record of having on the walls, but everybody else is kind of almost like a treasure hunt, trying to see who you can find. I've got Jeffrey Dean Morgan at the top of the doors that you just saw. His son Gus actually came in a couple weeks ago and added his name to the wall, as well as Dog. Of course, one of the most popular by far. It's had to be hidden a little bit because we've had people come in and try to touch it a little too much. You can see that his signature, which is a little faded, is still surviving through the years. So I've got Glenn right here, Maggie and Beth right beneath them, and then Father Gabriel added his little signature right down there. Everything over here, these are going to be extremely exclusive items, either stuff we don't have a whole ton of, or it's all actually for sale signed merch. These exclusive posters up here, everybody's always asked us if they're for sale, which unfortunately they're not, but it's something that that the owners got to have, which was super awesome, and everybody always just loves the artwork. Walking through this cell, you're gonna have that kind of like in jail experience for a second. And then it opens up to this really large room. This room was an add-on once we moved from being upstairs. We used to be only upstairs on the corner, and then the museum was just that half of the store. Actually down here we now have more square footage. That means more merchandise and more props from the show. You guys could probably see upstairs, there's outfits, costumes, small props, pieces that we've never had before, like the bullets that were pulled out of Carl's chest from season 2, the maps, Daryl's saddlebag, all kinds of cool stuff like that. So as you walk around this table, you're gonna get a little bit of everybody. You got Rick, you got our Just Survival logo, and as we walk around, we get, of course, Rick and Michonne. We actually got to have these awesome mugs made by Scott Spielman. They're all his artwork. And he just did such a great job making, you know, Daryl look so realistic, included the crossbow and the wings. More of Scott Spielman's work for Negan on the I Will Shut That Sugar Down. Not gonna say bad words today. Got a Merle version of the Walker from season 4. You got your Well Walker, and all sorts of just other little things that more just go into the actual zombies of The Walking Dead. This is my friend Travis. He got to be the walker for the RV back in season 2 that got stabbed in the eye by Andrea with the screwdriver. So I always get to tell him, Travis, I have your head as a jar. Table lamp, which I can't ever sell these online because they're just so fragile, but these are really awesome. I mean, the artistry work on the hand is just fabulous. And then all of this stuff right here is kind of just more local stuff. So Sonoy, or you know, Walking Dead Cafe, although it's called the Waking Dead Cafe. The cafe actually used to be what we were before we turned into the official Walking Dead store. If you'll see upstairs, there's tons of posters, 8x10s, all saying, you know, to the Waking Dead Cafe from Maggie and Glenn. And it's because that's who we were before we became the official Walking Dead store. So you'll see things that have both logos on it, the Waking Dead, as well as the official Walking Dead store. But that is all us. Over the next few weeks, I'm gonna have about 6 different new designs, including stuff from new dog merchandise to Commonwealth. So that's really awesome. Got that famous canned pudding. This is actually a lunch tote, which is super awesome. All this is all exclusive merchandise as far as glassware goes. So you've got pint sets, rock glasses, wine glasses, shot glasses. All of these are etched. And then you have Tervises, other kinds of shot glasses, and some more Tervises. This is another super popular logo. It's where the living stalk the dead, because that is definitely what happens here. You have tons of living people coming to look for the Walking Dead stuff. And then funny enough, I have a lot of people asking me why in the world would I have a Marvel Tervis? And that's because we have John Bernthal, we have Michonne's character. They're both involved in Marvel projects, and then we have actually had a lot of opening for Marvel films being filmed here. Had WandaVision here recently, so that's really awesome to have a whole bunch of new blood into the system of Sonoy. It's really helping us expand and the town grow. We now have our own bookstore. This is a full resin Todd McFarlane set. So it actually spins. And the detail on it is just immense. I mean, you see the eyeball coming out, the whiskers. You can touch those, I don't want to touch it too much. But Todd only made 1,000 of these, and there are other versions that you've probably seen. There's one of Michonne that we have upstairs. There's a Glenn one and a Daryl on his motorcycle. So these are incredibly rare to have, so we were fortunate enough to get 5, and we're now down to the last 2. Couldn't have all the characters without having a little bit of Glenn, who's my favorite, and a little bit of Carol. And then we have our sign wall here. Some of these are only gonna be for sale here. So anything that says Sonoya, Georgia, especially my TWD Happy Place, we've gotten permission to sell those. So I actually also have a new design coming in, which will be just Sonoy, but it'll have the Alexandria windmill on it and the coordinates, which are really cool.
Nice.
We're getting to the end of the series, but I was also a walker on The Walking Dead.
Nice.
Seasons 3 to 7, yeah.
Awesome.
I got to eat a person. Several people. I got killed by Daryl and Maggie. That's me.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Some people look at it and they're like, oh, I could tell that's you. And then if other people look at it and be like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, pretty sure that's me.
That's awesome.
They actually did a whole article from MTV way back in 2016 of the hottest walkers, and I made number 8 on that list.
Nice.
Yeah, one of my other photos is actually like the beginning photo of the article. So that's super cool. I just saw that they used like this picture for a Looper video like 9 months ago. So I
Really?
still have some importance.
That's awesome.
Not much. It's my little slice of happiness, but I forever get to have the title as MTV's hottest walker, and I will cherish that for the rest of my life.
Yes.
But yeah,
That's awesome.
so
Well, thank you.
oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, appreciate the little tour and showing us around.
Absolutely. We're happy to have you here, and by all means, come and check us out if you're watching this video. All right, guys?
All right, so we just got back from doing a bunch of awesome things. We went on a tour today. We went to the Walking Dead shop, and we got barbecue. Barbecue food is amazing. Amazing. Look at this. It's like, what did I get? Pulled pork, I think? Pulled pork, beans. And then I got this sweet potato stuff that's like a dessert. This is amazing. So what else are we doing today, Heather?
Well, we were gonna get tattoos, but the shop said that they probably don't have any availability. So we're gonna call down there in a little bit and see if they have anything. But if not, we're gonna pack up for North Carolina tomorrow and probably get dessert.
That sounds like a plan to me.
I like dessert.
Me too. Heather, where are we?
We are where Agatha kills all the witches in WandaVision.
Yeah, so there's like a little waterfall back there. And we're thinking that it happened like right around here.
I have some toys in my pocket.
That was the end of whatever number day this is now. I think maybe 6?
Maybe.
Yeah. So
5?
5 or 6, whatever.
I don't know.
Whatever end of whatever day of this trip, this ongoing trip that never seems to end, but is so much fun. And tomorrow we have more adventures. What are we doing tomorrow, Heather?
We're going to North Carolina, and I don't know what we're doing.
We have no idea what we're doing. So from henceforth, we're just going to be doing a lot of random crap. And we're going to be talking about WonderCon also. Like over the next couple days.
Do we have to?
We have to, because we are a Funko channel. Today's video, believe it or not, did not include anything Funko.
Not even a little bit?
Not even a little bit. There was a picture, I think, of or a video of one Funko product at the Walking Dead store today. That was it.
There were some wacky wobblers there.
Oh, and we also had the Freddy
Yeah.
that we took around today.
There's
So
Funko.
that's pretty much it.
Netflix is not working.
Well, but that's because this whole Wi-Fi situation here sucks. You should use your hotspot. That's the only way it'll work.
I'm not hotspotting the TV. I'm just going to watch Everybody Loves Raymond.
I honestly thought you were getting up to say you were leaving. Like you were we're packing up, we're out of here.
Because I can't watch Netflix?
That's right. All right, say bye.
Bye.
See you next time.
Okay.